That's my guess. In other words, I think that Stephen Crane had a psychological bent to him tied with his emotionalness as a male, that he could get inside these veterans and see what they couldn't see and get it down on paper and actually put their story out. So going into it, he's asking through Henry these questions, and he's got Wilson as a foil who represents all the other soldiers who don't have a clue. They don't realize what it's going to do to them. I've got a good friend, Bob Fluke, and Bob, and I don't know if there's any relationship to intellectual quotient or IQ and emotional makeup to the whole issue of how one deals with war. But I have a good friend, Bob Fluke. He was shot the same day I was. He doesn't seem to be troubled at all. Nothing bothers him. Doesn't seem to be. He doesn't have an high IQ. I can tell you that. He's just a good old boy. Just goes along. And I don't think he really thinks about it or reflects on it much. If he does, he's never shared it with me. It's just a good old boy. So that there could be a correlation, guys. There could be a connection. And Henry is more like Stephen Crane than the story actually reveals. Or maybe the story will reveal more about the author. Remember we had that with Hemingway. Remember that? It's got to be difficult to separate Hemingway from the old man, didn't it, after a while? I think we're going to find the same thing with Stephen Crane and Henry, yes.
Do you think that the old man in the sea, he pushed his emotions down, but he kind of got them out with, like, the fish and stuff, instead of with a human? Does that make sense?
I'd have to think about that. That's a great question.
Because, like, he was out by himself, so he wasn't, like, talking with anyone. But maybe the boy was, like, his emotional relief somehow.
Their conversations were pretty sparse. He talks more on the ocean than he did to the boy.
Yeah,
In the
so
book.
do you think that that was kind of where he found his relief? Was...
Processing things, yes. I do. That was his outlet, is the monologues that he had on the ocean. So you guys process, well, part of what you go through for post-traumatic stress disorder is called processing. They have process groups that actually call them that. And what it forces men to do is to do what women do. Yep, it is. And it is like pulling teeth on a hen. It's like, it's ridiculous, getting us men to talk. We are so good at denial, so good at sublimation to suppress our emotions, our feelings, and our thoughts. We just like to cruise along, keep it level. You know, we don't like the roller coaster. We're not much for that. Just keep us on an even keel and we're okay. You girls can go through horrendous things, and because you talk so well to each other and process, it helps you. And you deal with life a lot better than we do. You live longer because we have a tendency to hold things in. We die of stroke or heart attack or something of that nature because all of that stuff, all of that unresolved conflict and energy inside of us creates physical and emotional and mental problems. Any other questions? Okay, we'll start reading chapter 3 tomorrow. Join us, please, tomorrow, Riley and Eth. We'd love to have you back. And And we'll get this out to you as soon as possible.